Hello and welcome to Kayla's World. I'm Kayla Canoe, author, YouTuber, gamer, and aerialist. And today's video is all about setting goals for 2021 and another look into how I plan my life with my planner a little bit. So we're just going to start off with my list of goals for 2021 that I sat down and wrote in my planner. And I still have my 360 planner because that's how I roll. So the first goal on the list is to publish The Reckoning, which if you guys don't already know is my debut adult dark fantasy novel, which is set to release on April 14th, 2021. And I'm extremely excited about that. And at this point, when this video goes live, the cover should already be revealed, and that also means that pre-orders are available for The Reckoning, ebook pre-orders that is, and all of that information is absolutely linked below so that you guys can check that out. Anyway, so that is my first goal. And my second goal is to outline, it's kind of a double whammy. It's almost like 4 goals in one. So it's to outline and rewrite books 2 and 3 for the Intertwined series. So re-outlining and rewriting 2 books. And then my next goal is to developmental edit both books 2 and book 3. I already have them scheduled with my editor because my editor schedules super far out. So I already have the books scheduled to go to the editor in August of this year, which means I have to outline and rewrite them both and have them both ready for the editor for August. So that is kind of what the first half of my year is going to be. And then my next couple of writing goals are to write the first draft of Sins of the Fathers, which I believe I have mentioned a couple of times. And this is actually going to be a prequel to The Reckoning. I think it's a prequel. I mean, technically it's Sins of the Fathers, so it is about the fathers. And it does take place before The Reckoning, though I'm not sure if it qualifies as a prequel, but we're going to call it that for now. And then I'm also going to write the first draft of book 4 for the Intertwined series because, guys, I sat down the other day and I basically planned out the next 3 years of my life in regards to the books that I will be publishing. And so the goal is that I will be publishing 2 books a year. Obviously, I'm only publishing 1 this year because it is my first book, but then in the years to follow, expect 2 books to come out each year because that's what I'm planning for the next 3 years, and we'll see how that happens. But yeah, so that is kind of like the vast majority of my writing goals, which is going to take up all of my time because I have like a month for outlining, I have like 2 months, 3 months for like rewriting, and then like beta reading and editing for beta readers, or editing the feedback from the beta readers before going to the developmental editor. And then after that, I have 4 months of like doing developmental edits because I'm gonna need that time. It took me 2 months to developmental edit The Reckoning, and so I gave myself 4 months to developmental edit books 2 and 3 because I know I need the time. So yeah, my other writing goal is to participate in Camp NaNoWriMo for April and July this year because in April I will be rewriting 1 of the books, and in July I will be editing and doing the final preparations for sending it off to my editor. So I will be participating in those. Notice that I have not put NaNoWriMo on my list of things to do this year because I know that in November I will be developmental editing, which means I won't be writing new words, so I can't really participate in NaNoWriMo because of that. But I don't know. We'll see how life goes, and maybe I'll sneak it in somehow. But as of right now, I am not planning on doing it. So there's that, and that's interesting. My next goal is more of like a life goal. So I'm planning to work out 5 to 7 times a week, which if you guys don't already know this, I do already do this. This is something that I've been doing for the past 2.5 years since becoming a certified personal trainer. So between right now I work at like right now I work out at Orange Theory Fitness, which is like, you know, HIIT style training classes. And I also do my aerial fitness at the Aerial Studio. So between those two gyms, I work out usually 6 days a week. I was doing 7 for a while, but then I realized that I really should take a rest day every once in a while. So 5 to 7 is where we're at for goal-wise. Along with those fitness goals, my goals for this year, which are basically the goals that I had for last year that kind of just like got wrecked by COVID. My goal is to get back to doing aerial inverts and bent arm hangs, as well as doing tuck inverts under the bar, under the lyra, which I have not ever been able to do because of a bit of combination of strength and like body proportions. Like I don't quite fit, which means it's harder to get under because I need to like crunch in even more, because my arms aren't very long. But yeah, so those are my aerial / fitness goals. And then the last thing that I have on my list here, as far as goals, is to plan and go on a vacation / honeymoon with my partner, because we have not done a vacation together in the 4 years that we've been together. And we didn't really do a honeymoon after we got married because, you know, COVID, and all that stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna try to go on a vacation this year and spend some time together. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I'm really excited about everything that I've planned. I'm excited about all the books that I'm going to be working on and writing. I'm obviously going to continue doing my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos, as well as my weekly Project Infinity episodes, and you know, all that social media stuff. And I don't know, I'm publishing my book this year, and I have no like expectations, like, you know, monetarily. I have some goals, like some things that I would like to achieve. But this is my first book, and it's kind of a learning process, and hopefully I'll learn a lot this year about how my writing business is going to go, and we'll see how things go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys kind of how I use my planner a little bit. So I do have my goals listed on like just the notes page at the end of the year, which I'm not going to show you because it actually has the titles of the books that I'm writing on it. And I don't want to reveal those titles yet because spoilers. Anyway, so I kind of have like, let's see, what do I need? Let's see. Let me just cover a section real quick. Alright. So I have this beautiful, like these beautiful, and I'm sad because this is like the old one. So these are actually from like the 2019 dates. Like you'll be able to tell this on the calendar. But I like scratched them out and changed them to like the 2021 dates because look how beautiful this page is. Like in this section here that I've covered up is where I write the things that I have to celebrate. And then over here is kind of like the, you know, what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to crap? And then down here, I have been keeping track of like my following on my social medias and my newsletter and stuff so that I can see my growth from month to month. And then I have my goals for the month listed here because I do monthly goals as well as weekly goals and daily goals, although I don't always post those daily goals because, you know, sometimes I just don't have time for that, but I do plan them out in my planner. And I love these 360 binders because I can just like move stuff around. We have my wonderful little monthly spread, and as you can see it says 2019 because this is 2019. I just I crossed out the dates and wrote the actual date on there because I did not really use the first half of the planner in 2019, and the reason that I did this was I did this last year so that I could kind of like project or plan my publishing timeline because I was publishing in April. So I basically have like January through May of this old whatever that I crossed out and like wrote the dates on because 1, it's beautiful, 2, I didn't actually use it because I hadn't planned anything during that time. And 3 is just what I had on hand. So, you know, you just kind of make do sometimes. And it's pretty, so I like it. And then we have like my weekly spread, which the way that I use this bad boy is down here in like the notes section, I will write down basically my weekly goals. So on that first page, you saw that I had my monthly goals listed. So for each week, I will have my weekly goals listed. And then on each day, I have my like daily goals listed. And I don't know if you guys can actually really like see them very well, but basically like I always have my workouts listed. I always have like anything going on. So like here we have like my workout. I have live streams on Mondays, so that's listed on here. I was working on graphics, so a lot of this is social media planning stuff that I have here. So working on my street team stuff, I needed to send an email out, working on my newsletter, my goals posts I try to do on Mondays for the week, and then my YouTube videos, recording that stuff and getting that posted and all that good stuff. You know, I'll have like, you know, writing episode 27 of Project Infinity, pre-recording videos, and all kinds of stuff listed on here. So like I check them off, and like my handwriting is not super great, and it's like not super pretty. I don't know. I guess I'm like a functional kind of planner. Like I like having my space to keep track of stuff. So like this is almost like my log. This is like my life log, where like I literally write down everything that I do in a day. So like on Saturday, which was I think it was yesterday. So on Saturday, like on here, it says like movies with partner. Like I just record my life. So whatever I do, it gets put in here, and then I can look back later and be like, oh, on this date, on this year, this is what I did with my life. So it's almost like a journal in that sense. Like I just like track my life and my goals and everything that I'm doing in here. And like I have like on Fridays is when I do early access for Project Infinity, and then on Sundays is when Project Infinity launches. You know, Wednesdays is when these YouTube videos go out, and then on Mondays is when the early access goes out for my patrons, and then I have my live streams on Monday. So like there's a lot of things, and like it's funny because I watched a planning video because I'm trying to find a new planner, because obviously this one's like not current. And I like watched this video, and apparently people like the vertical layouts now, but I like to like really write it all out. So I'm like, man, that kind of sucks. But they just like covered them with stickers and like didn't really write stuff in there, and I'm like, how? Like, how do you get things done? Like, I have to write everything out. Like, I have to. Like, I have to see it and then like check it off. Like, I'm a to-do list person, I guess. So anyway, that is kind of how I use my weekly planner, and you'll see that like I have not planned next week yet. So next week is pretty blank. All you'll see on here is like my YouTube video that I'm gonna post. Like those dates are on there, my early access dates, because that is like the same every week. And then some of my workouts. So like I'll fill in my workouts first because I have to schedule those ahead of time. And then I'll fill in like my early access weekly stuff. And then I'll make goals for the week, and then I'll fill it into the days. And that is like how I function, and that is how I do my planning and my goal setting. And I basically work every day of the week because I am self-employed. So yeah, that is it. That is all that I have for you guys today. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know by commenting below, liking this video, subscribing to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays, and I do live streams on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you would like early access to all of my content, and you love what I do here and you want to support me, check out my Patreon. You'll find some exclusives on there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your time here in Kayla's World.